So guys, do you think this is enough mulch for the garden this summer? Hopefully. So we had a bit of a busy weekend. We picked up 4 big straw bales. We've got 2 here that are basically, we're going to leave them to rot for summer, for the mulch. Not that they rot in the winter, but we're hoping by spring all the seeds will be gone from inside and we can use them to do the roost out potato beds. Maybe do the carrots with them too. We got 1 out in the cow shelter to allow them to sleep on straw instead of the snow or nothing under the shelter there. And then we put 1 in the garage too, so we have it dry and ready to go for the goats. And we just got back from picking up a big load of firewood.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things about us buying wood, picking it up and stacking it ourselves basically, is we don't have to cut it, we don't have to sit it out to dry, we don't have to move it. We basically just go pick it up, bring it back, stack it. It saves us a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of energy when we can be spending time doing other things like building more goat fences, goat shelters, getting more fencing up, doing more gardening. So it saves us a lot of time. We also have this nice little area underneath our back porch that goes into the house right here. So we can stack all our firewood here. It allows it to continue drying. If it isn't dry, this stuff is. It's amazing. It's so nice. So we'll get everything stacked here, and then we can just enter the house here, grabbing the firewood to feed the wood stoves. Makes it so easy. Big chunks.
Yeah.
Whew. Starting to slow down, guys. It's I'm starting to feel it. Slowing down and heating up. I shouldn't have worn my insulated pants. I'm getting a little hot. However, these gloves, I'm loving these gloves. They are harvest gear. I got these at, I think it was PV Mart, and they're kind of like a insulated. Actually, they're not really that insulated. They've got a bit of insulation, which is nice because it makes them a nice winter work glove. So if I'm on the tractor snow blowing, I noticed I get a little cold probably halfway through. So they're not a great one for not moving. However, doing stuff like this, these are just amazing. And I use them in the morning for doing the chores as well, or filling up water, doing the rabbits, doing the chickens, that kind of thing. Anything where I'm actually physically moving, whereas I prefer not using them when I'm kind of stationary. So yeah, these are harvest gear gloves. Picked them up at, I think it was PV Mart or TSC. They've got leather palms, which are wearing pretty good. The back is, I don't know what you call that material, that nylon, I guess, something like that. Oh, what's it say on the tag? It says leather spandex nylon, 3M Thinsulate lining. They're somewhat waterproof. I wouldn't say they are waterproof. They're water resistant. So whenever I doing the rabbits or the cows water and that sort of stuff, I can reach in, grab ice out, and I won't get wet right away. However, you know, 15 minutes later, you'll start to feel the inside. It's starting to soak through. So you've got a bit of time if you're using it for wet weather work. But I love them. These are great gloves. They weren't that expensive. So if you're interested in the winter pair of work gloves for your homestead or farm, I recommend these. I'm really starting to heat up. So some of the clothes that I normally wear when I'm working is this jacket. I forget what make it is. I think it's Dakota from Mark's Work Warehouse or Carhartt. No, I don't think it's a Carhartt. Yeah, it's a Dakota. So I really like this jacket. It's nice, warm. It's worn really well. I've probably had it for 4 years. The only complaint so far is a few of the buttons at the front have pulled off, come apart. So I can only do up a couple buttons, but that doesn't matter too much to me. It still works fine. There's 2 pairs of pants that I normally wear for working around the homestead. One is mountain khakis and the other is my Fjallravens. Both are on the higher price end of things, but in my mind I usually spend a bunch more money up front to kind of get really good quality clothing, like pants, and mostly pants, a few shirts but not too much, some gear. But I find that I try and spend more up front, that way I have it longer and I don't have to replace it as often. So both my mountain khaki pants and my Fjallraven pants are, I think, 3-4 years old, and they're amazing. They work so great. I usually wear my Fjallraven in the summer for doing stuff, and then my mountain khakis as it gets cooler out and through the winter. I also have a pair of Arc'teryx merino wool long johns. Those are really nice as well. I don't think you'd have to splurge on Arc'teryx. The reason I did was because I was selling them at the time, so I got them at a great price. I'd probably go with any merino wool leggings, long johns going forward, just because they're worn under some other clothes. But both the mountain khakis and the Fjallravens, they've seen a lot of wear and tear. I use them for chainsawing, I use them for digging, for the chores, and they've held up extremely well. They are dirty, but I don't have any rips in them. The mountain khakis, I believe, are double layered, or either double layered or they're a heavy canvas material. I'm not sure if they're canvas or cotton, but they're a heavy material, so they work really great for winter wear. So for other clothing that I wear, boots, for example, I probably have more boots than any other person. I was selling a bunch when I had a business, and so I had Loas. I probably got about 4 or 5 pairs of Loas, and I love them. Absolutely love those boots. I'm sure any other boots, similar qualities, similar make, are just as great. I know there's some other brands out there that are expensive, similar built to Loas. So I use those a lot of the times during the summers. I use them for mostly chainsawing as well, almost everyday wear as well a lot of the times. I absolutely hate them on ice though. Because of the soles, the hard soles on them, you will slip and slide non-stop on ice. If you're walking outside, you need to stay on snow or rough patches, but if you're on any kind of smooth ice at all, you better be careful or wear some ice cleats, because you will slide all over the place with them. Especially the harder soles ones that are made for mountaineering, climbing, hiking, backpacking, that sort of thing. Those ones especially. Some of the softer soled versions are a lot better, but they're still not as good as, say, a dedicated pair of winter boots. The ones I'm wearing right now are actually, I'm trying to remember, Kodiak. And they've got the felt liners, felt insulation, so I can take them out if they're wet. They're extremely warm, they're extremely rugged. I've had these for, I think, 2 years, and they were given to me by my dad, who bought a new pair of boots, and he had them, I want to say, probably 5-6 years before he gave them to me, and they still are in great condition. They hold up really well, really warm. I used to wear Canadian Forces issue mucklucks. I thought those were great for winter. They are good, really warm and comfy, but they have zero ankle support. So the chances of you twisting an ankle or hurting yourself when you're doing chores around a homestead or farm are really great. They are great for what they were designed for. Deep snow, Arctic expeditions, that kind of thing. But if you're doing chores, if you're walking on rugged ground, that sort of thing, there's a good chance you'll twist your ankle with them. They're horrible for that. So I go to have a drink, and the top of my Nalgene bottle is now frozen. Ah, there we go. A little warm water on it. So, what do I do for socks, t-shirts, toques? Right now, underneath, I've got a Carhartt long sleeve shirt. Normally, I wear t-shirts from work because I get t-shirts from work, so I wear them all the time. I decided I needed a long sleeve shirt, so I picked up the Carhartt one when I picked up these gloves. I'm not a fan of it, actually. One of the reasons is I get extra large shirts, t-shirts, so I bought an extra large shirt here, and I swear it's like XXX or 3X. It's huge. And also the material. I'm used to nice shirts that feel good. This shirt's all itchy and scratchy, and I find it actually worse than my merino wool long johns. So it's nice that it's long sleeve, and hopefully the feel will get better on it, but wearing it right away, I'm not a fan. I'm going to go back to my t-shirts. For toques, I probably have about 6 toques. Again, I get a lot of them from work as promotional material, advertising, that sort of thing. Socks, I buy cheap socks. It's one of those things that I should be buying better quality socks, but when I was buying wool socks and good quality socks, what I found is I would normally shrink them in the dryer. So then I'd go to put them on and I can't get them on my feet. So socks are one of those things I actually cheap out on, which I should be buying better quality. But such is life. So for me, footwear is one of the things I try not to cheap out on, because you're on your feet a lot of the time. You want them to stay dry. You want to be comfortable. You want to protect them as well. Pants, I try not to cheap out on, because I don't want to be buying pants every year. I want them to last me a long time. T-shirts, tops, that sort of thing. If I wasn't getting them from work, I'd probably just buy cheap ones as well. Ones that look half decent, but nothing expensive. They're not as protective like your feet or your legs when you're working. They're just there to kind of keep you covered up. Gloves, I don't cheap out on gloves, because I don't like having my hands wet, cold, scratched up. I don't like replacing gloves every now and then, because I find that you can never get ones that feel really good or keep you warm enough or are as durable as you need them to be. So I try and get one pair and keep them for a while. Jackets, I have a few. Have this one that I usually wear when I'm doing all the chores. I'd find something like this, a canvas one, insulated for winter. This one has like I think it's the fake sheep lining, and it works really well. It's really warm. I don't think you have to spend a lot of money on a jacket either, as long as it keeps you warm and the exterior is durable. If you're doing other stuff, activities, then yes, you can look at different options, but for chores, these kind of things work really well. So for summer footwear, I'm gonna have to find something new, because I was wearing a pair of Loas. I had them for about 7 years, and now the sole is gone in them. One of the things you'll find when you're homesteading or on a farm is manure and urine will eat away at any footwear sole and any footwear. They just seem to destroy footwear. I don't know why, but they do. So basically the heels were gone in those boots. So I need to find something new. And what I'm trying to find is something that is comfortable, waterproof, slip-on, so I can go out, if I go out to pick something in the garden, I can just slip something on, go out and come back in. Waterproof, so when it's raining, I can wear it when it's raining. I can do chores. I can be out with the cows in the mud and not worry about it as well. So that's kind of something I'm looking for. So I hope you found these kind of reviews helpful and my thoughts on them helpful. I got to get back to getting this wood stacked. I'm almost done. So I'll get this done and then maybe have a beer in a hot tub, of course, and then chill on the couch for a bit and just relax. Enjoy the holidays. I think all the other chores are done. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Any questions, put them down in the comments and I'll answer them as well. Love ya.